Hi you guys, this is Allison. I'm hanging out in my space to craft. I finished up the page kits that I had made and I was feeling like a little Christmas in July, and I watched a MayMayMadeIt video where she was making gift card holders. Now they have a stamp set that she was using. I don't have a stamp set, so I did some experimenting with my die, my tag die, to see if I could sort of get the same effect that MayMay used with her stamping. So hers were 7 inches, the strips were 7 inches by 3 inches. My the first two that I did at 3 inches fit just inside the die, so I did another one just over 3 inches and it worked. And so what you do is you make the 7-inch strip and then you fold it, and I fold it so that it fits just inside, so it doesn't cut the bottom. You can also just not roll it through your machine all the way so that it doesn't cut the bottom, or have it hanging off the edge. There's a couple ways to do that if you want to make one longer. But doing the 7 inches or 7.5 inches, if you're cutting off a little bit with the die, makes it the perfect size. So I thought I'd just show you here. This whole video is sped up only at 2 times, so you can get a feel for how long these take. I made 5 in this video, and then I made another 2 later on because I had some more scraps sitting out. So I'm just measuring where to cut and score. So I do cut it at about 7 or 7.5, 7.25 inches, I think, is where I cut this one. It's all approximate, you guys. They don't have to be exact, but if you're mass producing, then it's easier to do it, obviously, very consistently. And then some of them I didn't even score. I just folded them over. But if you want to be more exact, I scored this at 3 inches. So scoring it at 3 inches, and then you can fold it up. And that will leave enough room for your card. The next step is to make that little thumb hole. So I use my 0 center ruler, find the center of my card. If it's exactly 3 inches, then it's at 1.5. This is just over 3 inches, so the 0 center works great. So I just used a circle punch. There are some other punches out there that are sort of thumb-shaped punches that you can use. So I'm going to fold it over and then just make sure that bottom fits inside the card. And that will go through my machine. So I wasn't really that fast. I did edit the video. So now you have it cut, and you can glue it. You really, I guess, could glue it before you cut it, but I was worried that I might cut off some of the glue and then leave it gaping open. So I think it's a better plan to just glue it right after. I do use liquid glue instead of tape, only because if you use tape, then it doesn't really get unsticky on the edges, and your card could stick into the tape. And so I think it's a good idea to use glue that's going to dry hard and then not cause any sticking issues with whatever you slide into that, whether you slide cash or a gift card. So now it's time to figure out what I want to do to decorate these. I made these little white poinsettias just for some Christmas embellishments for a Ginger's Corner challenge. They were sitting on my desk, and I think those look great on a couple of those. And then I'm going to look at my other dies and figure out, I have some new Christmas dies that I wanted to use, and so I'm going to cut those. And you can see here I had some some bells and a snowflake. That's not a new one, but so I cut the bell out of gold and then I glued it onto a piece of red paper so that it would be backed. And I think that came out pretty cute. So here I'm just fussy cutting around it because it's only a single die, and so it does the cutouts. There's no way to do the background die, but these are real easy to fussy cut, so that was not an issue. So I'm going to do that for one of them. The snowflakes I cut out of silver paper, and I did a silver die. And I'm not sure if I do use the silver die for one of these. The silver bell, I mean. And so I'm just putting a decoration on the front and then the to and from, another little tag on the back for who it's to and from. And you can see I did pre-cut one of those. So I have a few extra little things. I'm trying to decide if I want to use them. I just set them aside, and then I end up using those to make another couple of those of these tags later. So I'm looking at what will fit. This is a MayMayMadeIt. Holly and Heels, I think, is the name of this stamp set. I just bought it recently. It's got a Happy Holidays and a Merry Christmas that are just really cute. So sorry about that. My dogs barked, so I had to restart the audio. The Merry Christmas is a little too wide to fit on this tag, so I go with the Happy Holidays. And then in another card set, I think it's from Chamel, I have a to and a from. And y'all, I'm so upset. My mom brought some stuff up to my scrapbooking room for me to sort through after I did this, and I lost my to. I think it got stuck to the bottom of a box or something. I don't know. It's gone. I'm so upset. So I don't have the little to stamp anymore. I only have the from stamp. I hate when that happens. I'm sure I have another to somewhere, but I mean, you can still just put from on something if they know who it's to. So I'm just looking here, and I think that's my best. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that works, and those aren't really meant for sentiments. Those Chamel stickers, they're really for scrapbooking or journaling and things like that. So they're not really gift card sentiments. So I'm just gluing things together. And I do recommend liquid glue instead of adhesive when you're gluing onto glitter paper. And this paper that I'm using has a little glitter on it, so it's good to stick it down, and just using an acrylic block to sort of hold that in place while it dries so parts don't peel up. This glue dries really fast. It's art glitter glue, but it does like a little bit of pressure to help seal it. So these are coming out real cute. Simple. So I did 2 cream ones and 3 white ones. The holes are super tiny on them, and I'm just going to cover up the holes for the ones that have holes that will be on the back of the card. I'll probably just put a gem. I think I end up putting a little snowflake on a couple of them, the snowflake ones. So here I am going to stamp, and I'm just going to do the first one. I think I've cut out the rest of the stamping for the little cards on the back. So these are nested tag dies, so I just took a smaller tag and cut it out so that it fits and still leaves a lot of the decorator paper, the printed paper, showing even on the back side. So these little ones are kind of fussy sometimes. All right, so it's just to, from, and happy holidays. And I think I use black for 3 of them and brown for 2 of them. And I, for things like this, when I want just a good, really clear, crisp stamp, I use my VersaFine Claire Nocturne. And I just ordered one in brown because this is the only one I have, but I really like the stamp. I like the quality of the stamp itself, and the ink is great. So I ordered one in gray and one in brown, or I'm about to. It's in my cart. Let's just say that. So I cut away, just so you guys didn't have to watch me stamp 5 different cards, but using the my stamp platform makes that sort of mass production a lot easier. So I glue that on the back. I am rounding the corner. I didn't actually round the corners. I used a corner chomper, my Crocodile corner chomper, and it's a scalloped corner. So I thought that that looked really cute and emulated the top of that tag. And then I'll finish gluing these on there. And then I have some silver elastic twine that I'll use on the red ones, the red and white ones. And then for the cream-based ones or vanilla-based ones, I use some, I'm inking that because I got a little smudge of ink on it on the top. So I'm adding some ink so that it's not quite so obvious. Anyway, for those I use some baker's twine. So you'll see me pull that out in just a minute. So I'm not sure if I'm going to just use these to give cards away, or if I might do a little local craft show in at Christmas time and sell these and some of the cards that I've been making. My mom also knits quite a bit, and she has a lot of baby blankets. So I thought we could just set up a little table together, and she could sell her baby blankets, and I'll sell just some paper crafts, mostly just cards and things like this. So I didn't do this to all of them, but I tried it on one of them, just putting the twine through and then tying them together with a bow. I did leave the twine pretty long so that if people are tying it to another present or around a bottle or a cup or something like that, like maybe you get somebody a Starbucks cup and you add a Starbucks card to it, something like that. So I'm doing pretty long strings for all of them. And that's it. We're about done. Just a cute little easy project to do. Sort of start on that Christmas production. So here I have, but you can see these are huge rolls of baker's twine. I think I got them on sale or something. I don't know. I'll never go through all that twine. So now that I'm just making a little bit bigger hole, so it's a little bit easier. The hole in that was super, super tiny. All right, so we'll lay them out and take a look at them. My camera got a little crooked, so I'll straighten that up in just a moment. I thank you guys for watching. Please come back for more projects, page layouts, cards, etc.